is what are the top mistakes that sales guys do in meetings.
Okay. In meetings, you said.
Yeah, when you go out to a meeting, right? Because that is a make or break stage for you, right?
Right. Okay, so let's talk about that.
How badly can you mess it up?
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Yeah, so yeah, I think this is an important aspect, right? Because especially when you are in startups and when you meet customers, you don't get a lot of opportunities to make it happen, right? You will be given one shot to sell your story, to sell your product, right? And if you don't get it right the first time, there is a very high probability that you'll not get another shot for that. At least with the same product, because you've lost your credibility, you've lost your faith. The customer is like, hey, you know what, just another guy doing his gig. And it's a no-brainer.
Right.
And this is something that I've learned the hard way too. And I think it's such a critical aspect of sales or even a conversation for that. Whenever you get into a meeting, right? It doesn't matter if this is if you're meeting somebody for the first time, second time, or whatever, right? I think as as a startup entrepreneur or as a sales guy, the first thing you need to do is you need to know why you're getting into that meeting first, right? What are you going to discuss, right? And how many other people will be in the meeting? Who are those guys who are going to be participating in the meeting? Right? What is their background? Right? What would the idea is that you prepare for the meeting.
Right.
Preparation is key. Right. If I know that, hey, you know what, the purpose of this meeting is that they want to understand the product, they want to see what it's capable of doing, they want some background on my company, and at the end of the day, they might give me a shot on a deal that they might have, right? Once I know this, then the next step is to know who are the people who are going to be a part of the team. Because different people have different agendas, they have different priorities, right? They're looking for something which is relevant to them,
Correct.
right? So in a meeting, if I have a procurement guy, if I have a quality guy, if I have somebody from operations and then somebody from sales, whatever I talk should be relevant to most of them in the table. Because if all of those people have the potential of being champions, and one of them says that, hey, you know what, he just wasted 2 hours of my time, you can never recoup from that. It's going to take you forever.
Right.
Right. So, and I see a lot of, at least in the recent past, I've seen a lot of the new gen sales guys, right, who just passed out of college or who might have had 2 3 years of experience in sales, and they come out to meetings. They're absolutely, they don't know what's going to strike them because they think they've already got it covered. They think they're charming, they're charismatic, they know the product in and out, but that doesn't prepare you for what somebody else is going to throw at you. They just prepares you for what you know.
Yeah.
So, so the idea is that you get one shot, especially as startups and as entrepreneurs. You have to make the most of it. The only way you can make most of it is if you know what you're going to get into, right? And be as prepared as you possibly can for that possible meeting, right? You know who's in the room, what are the questions that you can expect. Let's say if it's a sales guy, you know what sort of a questions you can expect from him. If it's an operations guy, you know what sort of a questions that you can expect from him if you know your product really well.
Right.
And vice versa with somebody in quality or somebody in procurement, you know what these guys are going to ask you about your product specifically when you go into that meeting, and you need to do some research on each of those guys, on the company, and then get into it.
Yeah.
It really helps setting the right expectation in the table.